All right, let's talk about the Chicago Bears a little bit. Look, this team obviously is in the deep of training camp right now, and we're starting to get some really exciting reports about the Bears. Looks like they're making big strides as we get ready for the 2023 season. It's right around the corner. The Bears team obviously made a lot of new additions to the squad during the offseason. We're seeing those pieces integrate together, Mize, and there's a great report out of Bears camps that shows that maybe a big weakness last year is turning into a big strength.
Yeah, Nick, the Bears have made a ton of changes over this offseason, whether it's bringing in high caliber free agents, getting some good rookies in here, or making big time trades. I think this team truly looks a lot different than it was last year. But this report you dug up shows it's not just, surface level change. I think there's some deep change in this Bears team, specifically one side of the ball. It is looking like they are going to be so much better than they were last season. And I know that it's not that hard to be better than the Bears were last season. But I'm talking about this is contender level stuff we are talking about. The Bears look actually like a legitimately good football team. Before we get into that, though, Bears, we're talking about the next season coming up, talking about 2023. I want to know, what are your predictions for the Bears record for 2023 season? Let us know in the comment section below, because we want to hold you to it. We want the receipts in the comment section below. So let us know. Give us your official prediction. What will the Bears record be this season? But Nick, let's get on into it. What is going on with the Bears?
So the Bears recently put on pads for the first time this training camp. That's always an exciting time to see what side of the ball, what position groups are making big strides and winning the day. And surprisingly, so far during the Bears camp, it's been the passing attack of the Bears offense that has been absolutely dominant. There's a great report from Sports Mockery that highlights everything involved with that. Miles, if you would throw up the report, I will read from it. This is talking about report from that padded practice. Immediate takeaways were nearly all positive. Darnell Mooney looked back to full speed, showcasing his dangerous mix of speed and route running. Perhaps the biggest development was the growing connection between Fields and Chase Claypool. They connected frequently for momentum building plays and a few times in the end zone. DJ Moore got things started with the slant that he took 60-plus yards for a touchdown. The biggest surprise, though, was Tyler Scott. The fourth-round rookie had a 50-yard bomb of his own from Fields, continuing what had been a hot start to camp. That doesn't even include Tonyan, tight end Robert Tonyan, and Cole Kmet making several plays as well. It is evident how deep the Chicago Bears suddenly are at the pass-catching positions. All right, Miles, I've got a couple thoughts here before I throw it over to you. So one of the things about training camp, and this is true whether it's college where I played or the NFL, is that the early days of camp, specifically the first few days of padded practice, the defense usually dominates. And it kind of makes sense. Defense is a little simpler. Defense just gets to attack and be physical. The offense has to worry about rhythm, timing, and scheme and all that, certainly more than the defense does. So 99 times out of 100, the defense dominates the padded practices in the early going of training camp. That's what really jumped out at me first, is that the Bears offense, and specifically their passing attack, which was a big weakness last year. Obviously, they were last in league. To come out and dominate like this, that is rare. You don't see that a lot. That is usually a great sign, because it doesn't matter if your defense is good or your defense is terrible. Usually 9 times out of 10, your defense dominates the first couple padded practice. So great sign by the Bears, the fact that their offense has come out strong, specifically in terms of passing the football. But the other thing I want to highlight here, sometimes you see during training camp, you'll hear reports about one position group in a day absolutely dominating, the receivers, the running backs, whatever. And usually what that means is there's a group on the defensive side that the defense is resting a few guys. They have a few nagging injuries. So they have to throw in some, undrafted rookies or something that are suddenly on the first string. It creates a matchup nightmare, and the offense is able to take advantage of it. That wasn't the case either here, because you had the outside receivers. You had DJ Moore and Claypool making plays. You had your slot guys. You had Scott, the rookie, of course, Mooney making plays. And you have your tight ends, Tonyan and Kmet as well. It wasn't like the entire defense was out. They weren't resting everybody on defense. To me, the fact that the Bears dominated early in training camp, the first padded practice from an offensive perspective, that's rare. You only see that from top flight offenses. And the fact that the Bears defense wasn't resting literally everybody, to me, is pointing forward that the fact that Bears offensive passing attack is actually not just better than average. They may be scary good as we get ready for the regular season. But I'll throw it over to you now, Miles. What are your thoughts on everything with the Bears and just their offense right now?
Yeah, Nick, I think this is a great sign for the offense. Like I said, this isn't a fluke. This is like some, contender level stuff. This offensive passing attack, if everything goes to plan, looks like it could be lethal this coming season. I love the changes that they've done on offense. I like all of the receivers being really high. Everybody looks explosive. Everyone looks like they're being elusive. They're taking deep shots to the house all the time. I love the rookie Tyler Scott getting in there. That guy out of Cincinnati. He's real quick. Shows a lot of talent. So I think that is a very exciting development to get that number 4 receiver in there. The Bears are just filled with talent at the receiving position right now. And it shows, like we said, Justin Fields is going to have a heck of a season. He had a legendary rushing performance last year. I think potentially the Bears could have a legendary passing performance this season with the way that the early training camp has gone, Nick. And I love what I'm seeing. I love what we're hearing. I'm excited to see how these things progress because I just expect it to get better and better as things go on. And the league is going to be put on notice. Justin Fields is here. He's got weapons and he is for real.
And minus just one more point I want to hit on here. You brought up Justin Fields. Let's give some credit to Fields because obviously there were a lot of reports in the offseason of he linking up with his wide receivers and tight ends, putting in some extra work, getting on the same page, working out all the kinks in the offseason. We're seeing the work pay off now that we're into training camp. Let's give credit to Fields for showing the leadership, showing the work ethic, getting the guys together because the results and the effort they put in there in May, June, that time frame is paying big time results now. And I think it'll carry over to the regular season as well.